It's afternoon on Monday. Happy Memorial's Day. Thank you to all the veterans and all those who served in our military and even in our first responders. Um, it goes kudos out to you. A big thanks here in America, because if it wasn't for you and your family's sacrifices, um, we may not be here. So I really thank you from the bottom of my heart, being a boomer and seeing a lot of veterans and friends that are veterans. All right. So I came on a fluke today. I just had company leave from the weekend, and I've been wanting to do this to the company. So a lot of energy is going on right now. I don't know if a lot of you guys might be having sort of an underlying angry feeling, but don't understand why. Or maybe you're like going through a roller coaster in your feelings, and don't understand why. I haven't done a lot of, normally I study up on the astrology each month, but I haven't done that this month. But I do believe that we're in a couple of retrogrades, and also the last full moon energy that we had was really a doozy, in regards to our energies being all over the place. So we're also coming into another full moon at the end of the month. So this reading is going to be for the last week of May. And also the full moon energies, because we're going to be going into that. And for those of you that have decided to come on and watch me for the first time, thank you for coming in. I call you guys my warriors, because that's what we are. We're warriors. We're spiritual warriors in a battle and a struggle. And it's this earth is a school, and there's a million classrooms that we have to go through, right? I was just sharing that with my daughter's boyfriend today. And that's what we are. We're not, we're here just to learn. Okay. So if you're here for the first time, my name is Patty. I'm Divine Warrior Intuitive. This deck that I'm shuffling here is an Oracle deck, Divine's deck. It is his deck. I call him energy, him. It could be, it is just an energy, whether you want to call him God, Allah, universe, wherever your higher power is. This is where this message is coming in. All right. So we're going to get started. Welcome. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Definitely it's noonish around here in the United States. So I don't know what time it is where you are, but thank you for coming in. We're doing last week of May and the full moon coming in. All right. So I don't have anything really scheduled, but there's just an energy that keeps wanting would you do a reading? This is since yesterday, but like I said, I didn't want to be disrespectful to my company, because they had to travel a long ways to come see me, which I'm very flattered. So now I get to do my reading. So whatever energy is coming through, if it resonates with you, this is the time that you should be listening to it. Again, this is the last month or last week of April and the full moon. And Divine is really giving us his card, and it's the number 5. It's a higher view. Wow, some people are not looking, and I apologize, I didn't put any makeup on. This is the real me, guys. I'm just looking at myself and I'm like, oh my God, run for the hills. Um, but the higher view is really taking another look, a different perspective. And a lot of the times when I'm coaching, I will tell clients, can you look at somebody else's perspective before you look at your own perspective on a subject matter? And like for us this weekend, it was sort of politics and what's going on in our world. And that's a heated topic to stay away from. And let me tell you, it can be, even as friends. Welcome. Hello. Hello. Let's see. I'm trying to read BP more. Sorry. I got new glasses, guys, but this thing is small and I didn't put my computer up for the chat. So I really would probably should have done that. Like to know if I have any gifts. You mean like the abilities? We all have them. It's do you want to hone in on them? And if you first start with your intuition, that's a start. Yeah, that's a start. But there is an ability there that you're not paying attention to grow. So your first ability is really intuition that a lot of people just don't want to start. And you really start with intuition, because when you hear tarot readers and everybody talk about, really need to start focusing in on your intuition, listening to it and following it. And then that opens the door to sort of another level. It's sort of like a sign to show you that yes, you can do more. However, you need to start at the first step, go to the next, go to the next, go to the next. And sometimes those steps go 1 to 6, and then sometimes they'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when you go to 1 to 6, like say you go from your intuition, but now I'm audio, I can hear, spirits, I can hear ancestors, I can hear my mother, I can hear those people that have passed. That's like, holy crap, what's happening? So it can actually shut something down if you're not open to it. So you got to be open to what that is. Okay. So this is again, this is, thank you for that question, because this is sort of playing what divine is trying to say, because it's also the number 5 in numerology, which means that it's something sort of new, sort of novice. It's not something that you're used to doing. It's sort of out of character or something you're trying, but you're doing it on a spiritual level, not an earthly level. Okay. So it's interesting because the owls are a messenger. So this definitely is a sign or a message to somebody. I'm seeing the color red. I'm not sure what that's going to mean quite a bit. But this owl is carrying the light. Okay. So whenever we move, you got to be really careful who you listen to. In whether you're looking at Wiccans or witches or all that kind of stuff, because you got to look at the pentagram and what they believe in. So a lot of people don't know what the pentagram, what do you mean? Pentagram, Satan? No, it isn't. Not all of them are. So you have to look at which way the top of the star is pointed. Did you guys know that? If you did, I would love you to put it in the comments. But the thing is, that's the thing is, where is that point of the pentagon, the pentagram? Pentagon. Oh my God, we talked politics too much. Where is it pointed? If it's pointed up, it's of the light. If it's pointed down, then it's more of a cult, satanic kind of stuff. Definitely. Okay. So really paying attention to the things around you that carry light, carry a lightness, carry a joy-filled thing, carry things that bring you up, and staying away from the things that bring you down. The sky around her is very dark. That's earth sign is what I'm being told. The things are heavy, they're burdensome, they're unpredictable, they're uncertain. Again, the number 5 in that manner, right? Well, again, sometimes this resonates with people, and that's why you should be listening. And I'm not perfect, and I'm not one to give advice. However, I am one to just give you ideas and food for thought and things to think about, on how to move forward in your life. All right. Because my tarot is different than others. This is more of create your future, find out what your struggles are, help you through your struggles, challenges, and that kind of a thing. Right. And if there's love, if it's work, if whatever comes through, that comes through. But I don't just do, oh, this is a love reading. Not everybody's going to have, romantic love every week. Trust me. I'd be happy to. All right. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, welcome. Anthony Acosta. Welcome. Welcome. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Just had a really good weekend. Nice, relaxing. Somebody cooked for me all weekend. I didn't have to cook. And let me tell you, it was amazing food. Okay, so let's see what your guys' energy. So may reflect to you, this may not. This is a prison waif. This is self-sabotage. This is that earthly thing. This is that poverty consciousness. It's the number 4. So somebody is grounded in trauma, PTSD, telling themselves the negative energy, those low vibration things. Again, this is why divine is saying, look at the higher power. What is bringing you joy? What can you do in your life to make things light? It's not going to be easy for somebody that you're going through that's very heavy, because again, the clouds are very heavy. All right. There is a little unknown going on for someone, because As the owl flies, it's still sort of dark below, but it's still being lit. So what that means is not quite sure of the path. So somebody might be making a decision. And this is where maybe you're self sabotaging yourself, making excuses not to do something or get something or be with somebody. Those are things that you want to question yourself, because this again is a foundation, guys, the number four. All right. Hopefully, hopefully I'm on. Please, can somebody say if they see me on, because my Wi-Fi keeps going in and out. So if you can let me know that we're still here. If not, I'll stop and go ahead and do it again. This happened to me last time. It's very annoying. Am I here? Can somebody say hello, wave a hand? Okay, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So the self sabotage, we do it to ourselves a lot. I divorced my mom when I was bodybuilding because she was the best saboteur ever. Oh, you're not going to do that. It's never going to happen. You yo-yo dieted all the time, and a year later I was on a bodybuilding stage. So you got to be really careful who's sabotaging your future. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. We'll get some clarification. I heard safety. Safety, I don't know what that means to somebody, but safety can be mean in a relationship. Safety can be something around your work, could be something that, emotional safety. For example, if you're used to people cheating on you and then you get into a new relationship and you're still trying to get through those dark sabotaging energies of the past, that you cannot feel safe and secure because you're not sure if that new person is telling you the truth. Are they hiding something? Are they seeing somebody? And that's self work that we have to do. And that's the spiritual battle for somebody that is going through that in a relationship. That's hypothetical. Okay. So, just an example of what I mean by that. Okay. So we have the Queen of Wands, the Chariot, Temperance, woo wee, the Two of Pentacles. We have Strength in reverse. Somebody's feeling pretty weak. And then we also have the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay. I look at the first and the last cards and the center card to see in which direction we are going. Um, Definitely the Queen of Wands is looking for movement because she's staring at the Chariot. But the Chariot's not moving right now. Okay? Because the Sphinx are laying down. So there needs to be movement because there is the number 7 for the Chariot, and it needs to be moving that energy forward. Okay? So this self-sabotaging, whatever it is, this next week, really be mindful. Oh, is this my old self talking to me? Is this my new self talking to me? Am I trying to lift myself up, like with like the owl bringing things up to light, a higher view of things? Are you looking at somebody else's perspective first, or are you looking at my perspective first? Because if you look at your perspective first, you're not communicating properly, and you probably are fighting or not getting along or going through relationships because you already know your perspective. You got to look at somebody else's perspective first in order to understand. Yeah, childhood. Good. Good. I'm glad. Yes. If you're going through, for those who go through childhood trauma, I am very transparent about my story of sexual abuse. In fact, if you go on Divine Warrior Intuitive or Get Balance 2020 on YouTube, there's the 3-part series, How to Survive Sexual Abuse. And this could be for all kinds of different abuse as well, and how to live with it, and then how to manage it, because you're always going to get triggered. It's never going to go away. It's just part of your life once it happens. Okay, so how can you not get triggered, or to share with your partner how not to get triggered or have them trigger you? So good for you. Glad to hear that you're doing that. Okay. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see what Nancy is saying. Hi, can you please explain being selfish for sleeping with their adult child because it was consensual, or was it? I'm not going to touch that with a fine poll. That depends of that being okay and not being okay. So I'm not gonna touch that one. All right. If you want to talk to you one on one, I'd be happy to do that for you. Hey, Felix, welcome, welcome. All right. Let's get back to the reading here. Okay. All right. So we are got the Queen of from low vibrational, low frequency to get away from this self sabotage, because you're losing opportunities for that. Okay. And you have to be patient with the process. Again, the very beginning, we were talking about the steps, the baby steps, one through, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you want to know what your abilities are and find out. And you can also train those abilities as well. But you got to be patient with the process of what's happening, because this is also the number. Let's see, we got 10, 14. You got a number five, another number five, something brand new coming through. This is a give and take. So if you've got another person involved in this is a give and take. So the communication is going to be super. This is the first card out. The communication is going to be super, super important between you two to understand each other. Again, you got to get to the source. And the source, like I was telling my daughter's boyfriend today, when you guys are in an argument, that isn't the problem. You have to understand that person's past, where they came from, to know where the trauma, the PTSD, where the issues lie. Okay. So whatever that is for that other person, that person may even have to go back and do grow their child up. And I know that sounds really weird. I was total skeptical of that before I did, and I've gone through counselors and everything for the sexual abuse. But the thing is that um, you have to get down to that little child when it started, because that little child needs to grow up and know that you're an adult and this is safe and you are safe, and you're never going to let things like that happen again, because you have the power to. Because when we're little, we don't have that power. So that's sort of a conversation for somebody to have, that somebody had power over them and no more that power is going to be there. Don't know who that's for and don't know where that download came from, but definitely this is a give and take, and it isn't happening right now. Okay, I could probably use this from my friendship over the weekend, because you can have strong opinions about something, but you have to be able to listen to that other person's perspective, and before you get angry about whatever it is that you're upset about, because what you're getting upset about is, again, about that little person. Okay. And so somebody is really not strong in voicing this or bringing this to the forefront, because you've not set boundaries. I don't know who this is for, but your boundaries have been sort of, I see gray. There's supposed to be a black and white line when it comes to boundaries, but that's when we want to flip this upright, the strength to be able to say, no, I'm grown. And no, that's just not the way I do things in my house. If you want to do that, that's fine. That's you. If you want to do that, say smoking. We don't smoke in my house. If somebody starts to light up, if you would like to smoke, you can go outside and smoke. I even had a guy say, "Oh, so you're going to treat me like a dog?" I said, "If you want to smoke, then I guess if that's what you say, then that's fine. If you want to smoke in your own home, that's great. But if you want to be respectful, that's a huge word. To be respectful, you have to honor whatever it is for that person. That's how you find out, guys, if a relationship is good for you or not. And it's okay that, say you start dating somebody, and you know what, you date 3, 4 times, or maybe a couple of months, and you're like, wow, this really isn't the person I really hope for them to be. That's them. You have to honor that. You have to say, oh, wow, that really isn't the person. They're fine. That's their life and it's okay, but maybe not right for you. I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know where this all came from, guys. With growing your child up, it is a lot of work. You do need somebody to help you with that. Just because it takes a lot of deep, deep, deep inner work. And if you're seeing a counselor or shoot, YouTube's got all kinds of things. Just be careful who you listen to, because you want to grow that child up healthy, and it takes a process. And it's sometimes depending on if you've been abused and gone through trauma or PTSD, you're going to get sick to your stomach. You may even get physically sick while you're going through the process. It's a cleansing time because you're saying, you know what, all that shit, I validate that happened to me. And I am sorry that happened to you as a little person. But you know what? I'm okay now. I'm grown. And that shit ever is never going to happen to you again because I have the power not to allow it. Sometimes it's simple as that. Oh, I got goosebumps for somebody. I got big goosebumps for somebody. My whole body just lit up with goosebumps. All right. And I'm getting really hot. So somebody's trying to send a message somewhere. All right. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Okay. Because your last card, did I have six? No, that's right. Your last card is the number six. And this is about a support system. This is, a close friend, somebody that you can vent to, somebody that you can be transparent with, somebody that you have known for a while that it's okay. And sometimes it doesn't have to be a friend. It could be a family member. It could be a counselor. It could be somebody at work that you're just maybe going, you're friends with outside of work, saying, hey, can I share something with you that I'm going to tell you right now? These young people don't know how to shut their mouth. Confidentiality means between two people, and it's not to be spread as gossip, guys. There's so much gossip, and gossip really is extremely low vibration and really can stop and hinder those vibrations to move up for that person who's trying to get something out to be confidential. Okay, definitely. So, you know what? If you're one of those that likes to gossip and go talk about other people, just remember they're talking about you too. Hello there. Welcome. Welcome. Hello. I'm trying to read. Bad Battle Shop. Battle Shop. Welcome. And I apologize for butchering the names. My glasses are new, but I don't have my computer to see the chat on the side. So I do see you. Thank you. You're all my warriors. Okay, so let's see. Let's get some clarification here and see what's going on. Thank you. So somebody needs to be more focused on themselves in a positive and a healthy manner, and they're not focused. Man, I should have brought me some water. Keisha, go get me some water. I forgot to put some water. Like I said, I just decided to come on because my company left, and I've got to get back to leather work here in just a few minutes. But if the owl, they had me look at the owls, and that owl is focused on where it's going. And so the thing is, you've got to be focused in what you want, where you want, who you want, and where you are at in your journey. If you need healing, you need to heal. If you're ready for love and you've put the past relationships and you're not going to compare and all that kind of stuff, definitely, oh my gosh, definitely it has to, you have to go through that process. All right. So for the Queen of Wands, we have the Ace of Wands. There's an opportunity here this next week, especially with this full moon energy coming in. There's an opportunity for you to fix things. There is definitely a newness. I love this because remember the owl says the higher view, and if you look at the bottom, he's got the light. He's carrying the light. There is the light behind. Look at the wand. There's a light behind the wand. So definitely, it's all about bringing lightness, happiness. Well, I don't like that word happiness. Happiness is circumstantial. Joy is not. Joy is eternally inside. And the Eight of Cups is on your chariot. So you are going to have to make a choice and a decision about something this next week. Okay. I don't know what that is for you. Depends on if it's a work relation, um, if it's a relationship relation, if it is a family relation, a health relation. I don't know, but it definitely is going to make change happen, because with the patience comes the death card. And this is where you're going to have to choose what's important to you. Is it the circumstances? Is it the material stuff? Is it, mm, I heard self-centered, but not for you, for the other person. If somebody's self-centered so much, is that the right person? Because that then they don't care about what you think or where you're coming from. But also the death card is about picking something that is more spiritual, which has meaning to your life. Meaning, can you take it with you when you cross over? Can you take memories with you? Can you take education? Can you take love in helping somebody? Can you take uh, compassion? Can you take all those things? Okay. And yes, you can. I've had witness of it. But the thing is, you cannot take physical things. You cannot take, and who cares about the circumstances? It's like everybody's so worried, like, oh, we're in doomsday. We're in doomsday. I don't care about what's happening. If it's my time and divine says I'm going, I'm gone. Nothing's going to stop it. I witnessed that when my brother was murdered, and I had a premonition he was going to have it. And I did everything I possibly could to intervene so he wasn't killed. And unfortunately, he was murdered. I can't stop that as a human being. If it's divine's calling, it's going to happen. But what we do have choices about is the things of the matters of our heart and our intuition. All right. Your marriage, please, the check. Okay. Like I said, I will answer questions. I will pull a card for you at the end. Yes, I would definitely pull a card for you at the end. But again, a lot of talking. 10 of Wands, beautiful, 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 beautiful energy. 10 of Wands, and this is going to flip upside down. So you are going to figure out what you need to do this week. And your 10 of Wands is going to bring it all together. And you're going to like, oh, why didn't I do this so much sooner? You might have created a boundary this week. And you're like, wow, this was so much easier to just say, no, I don't want you smoking in my house, and then the smoking stops, and if you're allergic to smoke, then you don't have any health problems, blah blah blah, hypothetical. Okay, but the thing is, it's going to bring so much release. There we go into that next higher view, that higher level of frequency. You want to get to that high frequency of that energy. And what is that? That's joy and love. What is it for you? Okay, Ace of Pentacles, lots of aces, and the strength. Okay. So for somebody, the Ace of Pentacles, this may be a job thing that they're trying to figure out. This may be something to do to go through the gate. This might be something because, again, here is light. Look at the cup. What's radiating out of the cup? Light. What is light? Light is joy. Light is love. This is we're doing what we love to do. We're with somebody we love very much, or we're gone, they're gone. Don't waste their time, don't waste your time. What is it that you should be doing in your work that you would love to be doing? Now this might be, thank you, oh my god, now I'm getting down tons of downloads. This might be for somebody to take the baby steps to get out of a job that you absolutely hate, keeping that job while you're finding your purpose and your passion where you can make an income. My leather work, I never expected that to be a business, never expected it. I just expected it as extra hobby to make money on the side when I was married, but boom, it's a full blood business now. So those kind of things, but I had to work a job or two to keep to be understand that if it's not resonating with you, it's for somebody else, but there might be part in here that resonates with you. Okay? We have the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is on the Four of Swords, okay? And the or excuse me, yeah, the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords needs to be in reverse because, well, somebody's not worried about it too much. Somebody is go with the flow kind of thing, which is a really good thing, but you still got to have a focus because that owl is freaking focused, guys. Okay. And the Page of Pentacles, again, these two are together. Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So maybe something new is coming up for you to either get money, maybe have an idea to make money. But we're in the number 5, and the number 5 is about something new, something that is coming up, something that is in the baby steps, something it might be in a thought process. Hey, how do I do this? I want to make this, I want to sell these, or whatever it is. But it's building a foundation to get away from that sabotage, that low purpose, that low self esteem, to move into something that is high vibrational, and it's building a new foundation. All right. So we have the 7 of Cups, another time to make a decision. So somebody's going to be offered something. I don't know what it is. It could be a marriage proposal. It could be a new job. It could be, a proposal of some type. It could be, a partnership. It could be whatever it is. However, sit back and think about it before you respond. Okay. Sit back and think about it because it's trying to bring you something new, but you've got to sit back and process because it needs to be the right thing of a high vibration, and not because I just heard because of somebody can manipulate to get to what they want and they use you along the way. You don't want that. Okay. You definitely don't want that. Been there, done that. Don't do that. All right. Hello from France. Oh my gosh. Welcome. Hello. All right. Yes, definitely. When I get to the questions, but if anything is relating to you while I'm doing the reading, then please, comment. I love it. I love to hear if this resonates with you. I love to hear where you're from. But definitely, we'll get there with the questions. Not too long, probably in the next 5 minutes or so, just because, like I said, there's a message. This message is for somebody. I just came on. It's been bugging me since yesterday. So when my company left, I said, okay, I got to get on and do this. So here we are. I didn't even put makeup on for you guys. Oh my gosh, I look horrible. Definitely. All right. All right, divine ancestors, guardians. If there's anything else that you would like to share, please give me the downloads now. Give me the cards that you want me to see. And if there's anything else that you want me to show, please use all my abilities in order to hear, see, think, touch. I am hot. I am really hot. So I don't know. I don't know. Somebody's having a problem with heat. Like they're in a place that's too hot for them, and maybe they're not in the right place. Like they don't have air conditioning. They don't have all the amenities to stay cool. And it's I hate to say the effing word, but it's messing with your health. Okay, I won't say the effing word, but it is messing with your health. All right. All right, here we go. See if Divine has anything else. All right. No, there's that damn energy again. So we've got the 4 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and we've got Justice. Okay. For some, again, I say this because this is the energy that's going on. It's 2 4s going here. It's the 4 of Cups. You're missing if you could see, there's an opportunity there, and it's like, oh, it's almost like the 5 of Cups. You've got the opportunity. Thank you. Higher value it has. I don't know who that's for. You don't see the value in it as much as what you have going right now. Sometimes we don't see the value in what we really need to be doing until we do it. And a lot of the times, I'm sure somebody out there has had where you don't do something even though something's pushing, this energy is pushing, you should do it, you should do it, your friends are saying, oh yeah, you should do it, you should do it, and you're like, yeah, but I need the safety, I need the security, I need this, I need that, you're making excuses for everything. And then finally one day you just say, you know what, I wished I would okay, shut up. I wished I would have done this sooner. And the why I said shut up, and they're like, listen to your own words. I'm going through that right now with Disney. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Yes, I know. I know. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I don't disregard it. I do appreciate it. Thank you for that. I appreciate it a lot. Because it's a reminder. It's a reminder to all of us because we all have issues, right? Okay. So the nine of, and then you worry about it. Okay. That's an earthly thing. Do you know that? That the more you worry about something, the more you stop something from happening. Because when you worry, it's like a very low vibration, it's that low energy, it's a frequency that doesn't go far. So it's sort of like when I read auras, I can feel auras, I can feel somebody's aura from far across the room. And it doesn't take much, it's easy. Because how many times have you walked into a room and the energy was like you could cut it with a knife, a butter knife? That is what I'm talking about. That's aura energy that you're feeling. So the thing is, when you keep worrying about something, you keep those energies squished. I see the elephant in the mud again. A lot of you that know me, you'll see if you're stuck, I see an elephant up to his knees in mud. He can get out, but he just chooses to stay thinking he's stuck. Okay. But for somebody, this has to do with a contract. This has to do with something legal. This has to do with a binding commitment of some kind. And a lot of countries, because I lived in Japan, a lot of the times they don't use um, paper contracts. Your word is a contract in Japan. Let me tell you, it is a contract. So, whatever this is, whatever commitment is, you got to flip your mindset around, hun. You got to flip it around because this is where you're getting the elephant stuck in the mud. And imagine an elephant stuck to his knees in a pond of mud, and you can see him lifting one foot. And then I'm going to put it back down. I'm going to lift it, and then I'm going to put it back down. And that's you. Bingo. This is the person who's sabotaging, or this is a person that around you that is doing that. Okay. So when you get stuck, definitely it is, a way that it's that's for something else, not for you guys. So that's definitely something that you have to pay attention to. All right. If it's a legal matter, it is the number 11. So it's a number two. It will come to fruition. You have the power to make it happen the way that you need it to happen. If it's something with the law, like police and lawyers and all that kind of stuff, then you have to again account for them and their energies, and hopefully they're on your side that way. But there is something that a commitment, either verbal or on paper, could be like buying a car, as simple as that, buying a house. If you're doing any of that, if you're buying a house, if you're buying a car, or if you're thinking about partnering and doing something in a partnership, read the flipping papers or get an attorney or somebody to help you that can read the papers. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much where we're at. You got to get out of this stuck self sabotaging, grow up the little person inside, figure out why. Okay, light being a high vibration. Half of it has to do with communication in your reading and getting this chariot to move because right now it's not moving. Okay, and somebody doesn't want to take the patience or the time. If somebody doesn't want to take the patience or time with you, then you need to move on because that's all about them and their perspective. Okay, if somebody loves you or cares about you enough, they're going to take the time Be patient, be understanding, and and it takes time. But right now that ain't happening for somebody because uh the communication's off. For somebody, there's an opportunity, but you guys are you might be in the same book, but you're in different chapters. But there's an opportunity. So it's like I see a gate opening. Where is that? Is that in here or is that in another card? Yeah. I see this gate opening. You got to be the one to go through, but you got to do it in high vibrations. Okay. This high frequency. Okay. Stay focused. Don't get distracted when it comes to the conversations. Don't get distracted. Don't let things go off course. Don't let things go into a tangent because that is the whole manipulation to get you off of the topic. Boy, I don't know who that's for. Holy crap. But I don't know who that's for. But that's happening a lot. And it's a manipulative tactic. I used to use it all the time. I could sell you a ice or what do you call that? A iceberg in Alaska. Or what do you call them? Icebergs, I think, because I was a master manipulator and I have learned that it is so destructive to a relationship in any way. Because remember, my sexual abuse had my mind all twisted in the way that really should be thinking in a healthy manner. All right. Okay. So that's going to be happening this week. And remember, when we get into those full moon energies, 3 days before, 3 days after. So really pay attention 3 days before the full moon. What energies are you feeling? Because they're going to intensify. If you're feeling sad for whatever reason, or if you're feeling angry for what this last one was me, and it was a roller coaster, but you have to just buckle down and say, okay, this is what's happening, bring it to a high vibration. It's going to be a fight, but you bring it to a high vibration. Oh, I'm going to let it roll off my back. That's not that. I don't have to worry about that. That's not in my life. That kind of a thing. Not right now while you've got things. So really pay attention to those energies as you're coming into the full moon 3 days before. All right. Okay. Now let's go to your questions. All right. Let's go to your questions. And I don't know if I can scroll up and see some of the questions because I'm a boomer. Where is this? I'm trying to go up, guys. Excuse me, I just burped. Oh, somebody's trolling. Okay, that troller. Bye bye. Can you tell me about my love life? This is for Prince somebody. Oops. I have a person on my mind. Can you tell me about his feelings towards me, my date of birth, and his date of birth? Let me see what I can hear and feel. Let me grab a deck here. You'll see me use a lot of the same decks because you know what? My energies are in these decks. I have a really hard. I used to buy used decks, and I'm like, don't do that no more. Even to buy a new deck, I have to clean them because whoever touches them, I don't want that energy within my decks because I don't know who they are. But you'll see me using a lot of new decks. I mean, old decks. But I plan to get. I got two decks I found that I really would like to get. They're a little spendy, but I'm gonna get those. All right. This person, without names, it's really hard, but it's okay. I'm just gonna give you the energy around it, and see. All right. Hard on his job. Obviously, he doesn't have a clue what you're thinking. It's the number 3 of Wands first out. They're looking to the future. So this might be you. You're looking to the future and everything. They're so busy trying to get things in order that maybe the things are not being very clear. You're going to have to, again, this is the time where you're going to have to do that, what we just talked about, step up and use your mouth and say, hey, I'm just wondering where we are. Are we in a situationship? Boy, I know about those. Are we, just friends or whatever? It's really up to you to get clarity on that, on what he's thinking. Because right now, I'm going to tell you, people, a lot of the times we think, oh, they're probably doing this, they're probably doing that. And they really aren't. Their focus is completely off of where we are. But I think this energy is you're looking forward because it's a number three wands and it is off into the distance, but this is an energy and time where you're going to have to go ahead and make the first move. Okay, as far as whatever it is, in if you're just getting to meet each other, if you're in been friends and you don't know where it's going, or that kind of a thing. Okay, so apparently he's working hard, and there is a lot of beauty in this, but it's not seen yet. Okay, there is a lot of beauty in this, and it's not seen. All right. Oh, Badshaw. What question did you have? Trying to go up. Might have to ask that again. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a boomer. Okay, so I got that one. All right. Can I have my career creative fields? Will the be successful? Also about my future spouse. I'll answer the first one, okay? Because only one question. I appreciate that you want to, but let's be fair to everybody. So on your career, um, the first thing I heard was you're really going to have to work at it. It's not going to come easy, but yes, this is something that if it's your passion and what you feel like your spirit is pushing you towards, yes. Okay. But I heard it's going to take work, is what all I heard. Okay. So I don't know who that is coming through to say it's going to take work. But definitely, oops, let's get these cards in the mix. Definitely, it's going to take work. So let me see what these three cards are going to say. Also, while I'm shuffling, don't forget I am on Etsy if you want a real quick reading. I think it's like $4. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I'm on once a week. Live once a week. I try to get other readings in, but until I drop down from my position or whatever happens in this next week, again, this is telling me a lot about what's going to be happening for my week. Because yeah, they're saying no a lot, and you know what, this is where we take the power back for our own lives. So it's like, okay, is it this company or is it my life? I'm taking the power back to my life. I'm not going to do this to a company because they don't give a shit about you. They'll replace you in a heartbeat. I don't mean to go off a tangent. So okay. So we have the nine of, again, here's that beautiful feeling. Yes, you can have it all, but you got to look at the spiritual side of it for you, because you see all the work that she's going through. It's the number nine, which is a number that never stops. It's a continuous, but she ain't looking at the money. She's looking at here. So whatever you're doing for your career, don't focus on the money it's bringing you. Focus on what it is that you do, that you are the conduit for. So for you, I don't know what that is, but it's definitely moving fast. Once you realize, hey, it's not about the money that I'm doing this, and then you share that more and more and more, that energy, and you're going to end up with a lot of peace, because the number four is about building a foundation. It is about having peace. It's about you're getting rest. You're doing all the things for your health. And the stress level goes down. If you've got high blood pressure, your blood pressure is going to go down. So, yes, you just said that you're going to have to work to get it done. And it's fine, because that's what we do when we do when I'm doing my leather work that I never thought was going to be a business. It's not stressful to me. It gets to be sometimes too much work, but I'm like, okay, this is what I love to do. That kind of a thing. All right. Okay, got that one. Okay, couple more questions. Hey, Felix, what's on your mind? Oh, there's a message there, Felix. Love to know that dream. I love to interpret dreams. I would love to know that dream. Let's When you have reoccurring dreams, there's a message in that. And if it's like I get a lot of side dreams, but there is a message in it. Either I'm processing something, something's happening in my life, something that I'm not paying attention to that I need to be paying attention to. So, whatever that dream is, Felix, then you really want to pay attention to what is around it. So, there will be things that you do remember of the dream, and then there's things that you may not remember so much, or they'll be a little um, vague. Wow. So, you have the Ace of Wands. Look at that light around it. This has been the whole reading, the around it. Somebody definitely has been focused on their career and money. They're now sort of reaping the rewards, but they're also, this is the number 7. They're trying to move forward. The job isn't quite finished, but hey, you know what? We gotta harvest. And yeah, that harvest is going to die, and we have to have another harvest. However, this isn't the moment to definitely. So whatever Paula might be looking at her career, you might be looking at your career to build that safety, that security, that kind of thing. However, who is in the middle of a pity party? Somebody's in the middle of not a pity party, but it's like, you know what? There's that self sabotage energy that came up. Oh, they're too good for me. Oh, they won't like me. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to reach out. For, I think that you're going to have to reach out to Paula. And I wouldn't say right away, but you know what? I've had some dreams that caused me to reach out. Is everything okay? Just to do something like that. I've been thinking about you. But somebody is really wounded. Again, we talked about healing, that kind of a thing, has been in the middle of it. So maybe they've been processing. A lot of the times when we pull away, we need to process for ourselves. Maybe that something is good and maybe that's not going to sort of like my friend, they don't want to have a relationship because we're friends. And if we get to that next level and something happens, then we're not going to be friends anymore. That's immaturity. But that, some people have that fear, you know. So definitely somebody's got to reach out. And I'm going to say, this is you. This is you. If you can still do that. And just do a check in, check up, hey, hey, I was thinking about you. You crossed my mind. What's going on? Hey, do you want to have coffee? So yeah, definitely reach out on that person, Paula. Yes, let me know how it goes. Let me know how it goes. Definitely. Okay. So I'm gonna do one more, maybe 2 at the most, depends. Okay, so my first love broke up with me about 12 years ago. We both moved on in our life. I never missed him during this years. Nowadays, why I miss him so much. Will propose me for marriage. He's me. What? Oh, post 1 year ago. A lot of the times we go away because we need to heal ourselves. Our timing's off. So the universe and the divine, the way they work is they'll put us together, and then they'll separate us because the timing's off. We're not healed. We're not ready. Doesn't mean that we don't love each other. If it's a year ago and you have not heard from them, sometimes people come into our life for a purpose. So my question to you and what I'm hearing is, what lesson did you learn from this person when you were together? Okay. So there might be something that they taught you, you taught them. For example, my ex-husband and I, similar situation, but it was me. I wasn't mature emotionally So I was wanting him more and more. And over the years, 13 years, I wanted this dude. But when I emotionally matured, then I found out, oh no, he was only in my life at that time to help me grow up my daughter, to have healthy habits, to have health, and to show me what love is really like. And that is something that I love him for. We live apart. He's married. He's happy with his life. And I emotionally am happy for him. That's an emotional growth. I don't know if this person is going to come back to you. I see the elephant again, that in the mud, that you are staying stuck because of this person. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's what I'm getting as a download. Definitely. Let me pull a couple cards though. Oh my gosh. Look at that freaking 9. I mean, you see me shuffle. I can't do this. Yeah, you got to do this on your own. You got to keep moving on your own. This is a victory card. This is the 9 of Pentacles. Again, he's focusing in on his work. He's focusing in what he can do, what he can build before he's ready for something. And the opportunities are going to come, but you're just going to have to be patient. And I hate to say it, but if you haven't heard from him for a year, just keep moving on, doing life. And if divine is going to bring it together, the universe is going to bring it together. It'll happen, but not in your timing, in divine's timing. All right, all right. One more. That's it, and then I got to get going. All right, the bat bomb. You've been so patient, and you're such a superstar. Thank you for loving my channel. I appreciate it. Oh, and then France, and then I've got to go. All right. Is there any specific deal message that you need to know? Let me look in here. Okay, this is for the bat bomb. Is there any message that you need to share? Any downloads, anything? I am just sweating because these things make me so hot. These readings just make me so flippin' hot. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Um, you really have to focus in on the spiritual side of things, bat bomb. Because you've got some type of contract or some type of thing, something of justice, something that isn't fair, or you don't feel it's fair. You're looking at it as a circumstance and not from your spiritual side. Because again, we have the number 2 when it comes to justice. So to bring it back together, and then you have the 5 is the Hierophant, or upside down, in reverse. So again, this is something that's not feeling unfair, or it's feeling unfair, but you got the number 3 and the sun. So if you look at it with a different mindset, like, you know what, it is fair. It's supposed to be happening at this time. It's supposed to be teaching me a lesson, or it's supposed to be helping me and whatever it is, so that I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Whatever it is, it's a relationship, job, whatever. So whatever you're thinking that isn't working or isn't right or isn't fair, I mean, a lot of people, oh God forbid, in the United States here, it's freaking medical protest. You can do all that stuff, but is it helping you in your daily life? That kind of a thing. So whatever it is, this is a low vibration that's keeping you from looking at the, I hate to say this, but it's sort of corny, but you got to look at the bright side. You got to look at the positive that it's causing. It's sort of like we're going through the sexual abuse. I didn't know. I mean, I was a little kid, so I didn't know. But the thing is that as I grew up and I got older, oh wow, now I'm coaching, now I'm helping people grow up with their little inner child, help to have a healthy sexual life, intimate life, that kind of thing, as best as that they can, because there's going to be triggers. All right. I don't know if that helped or not, but I hope it did. All right. One more. France. Can I have a reading? Love Oracle about Kevin and me evolution, please. I'm not going to do a love oracle. I'll do Divine's Oracle. I don't do oracles just of love and career and all that kind of stuff because energy is energy. You can use any oracle deck because the oracle decks are paper. It's the message that's coming through from the other side, from divine, that kind of a thing. All right. So I will use divine's deck because this is directly from the highest energy ever, highest to high. All right. Let's see what divine is saying for France. And don't forget, subscribe, hit the notification button, and see where it's going to go. This is definitely one for you. It is the number 3. Again, there is movement forward in that direction. Um, and it is the time machine. I'm getting a couple downloads with this. The time machines means you can go forward or backwards. We do not want to go backwards in time. So in our relationships, do not bring up the past. That keeps making a low vibrational energy. Do not bring up the past in comparison a relationship. Do not bring up the past but once. So for what I'm saying about that is with this time machine, there's two things. There's an end at both ends, right? So with the time machine, you don't want to go backwards because you can't do anything about it. You can't do whatever. But when you're having an argument, a discussion, again, we talked about this in the beginning of the reading, is that you bring it up once, you get that flippin' elephant in the room, that elephant that is in the pond, that is stuck, and you give them whatever it is to coach him out of there so you don't have to be stuck in the mud anymore. So you bring the things that you need to bring, the elephant in the room, you bring it up and you forget about it afterwards. Women are horrible at this. We want to bring it up all the time, whatever it is. And so we want to bring it up over and over and over and over. And that just kills the relationship because it puts a man or a other partner in a lose-lose situation because you got them spinning, their head spinning. So when you're going backwards, just remember, if you're going into an argument or whatever, look at the other person's perspective and don't keep bringing up the past. If you're moving forward, again, this is a time machine. The divine is saying, this is in my timing, not yours. Don't rush things. I see a slow cooker and I see it cooking slowly. And if you put the meat and the potatoes in really quick, okay, and you turn it on low, it cooks slow and it takes time. If you were to open the lid up after an hour, you're going to maybe smell something slightly, but after 6 hours, oh my gosh, that aroma is going. So whatever it is, it's going to take a little patience. The temperance card, I see the temperance card in my head, and it's going to take a little time, but it's going to take somebody, either you or him, not to go backwards, but to go forwards. Okay. I hope that helped. All right. All right, you guys. Oh, okay. Oof, Felix. Um, well, sometimes when we don't understand somebody's story or their trauma or their PTSD, we don't even know if we're triggering them. Okay. So she may have blocked you. It's sort of like, wait, I see a white flag, and I see it like, hey, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean to do that. Can we talk about it as grown adults? And I just want to share my perspective and I want to understand your perspective of what that means. And, you know, sometimes when we love each other, but we don't understand each other, we do things that we think that we're hoping are in the right place, but then they're not. So I just think that, reaching out, waving that flag, saying, "Hey, I know I hurt you," and if she's blocked, but God or divine may bring you right into a place where you're going to see her, and then you're going to have that opportunity. Okay, or something is going to give you a signal, a sign, or something, and that will be the right time. In the interim, the dream is telling me you have some healing to do about whatever the situation is. You have some deeper healing to do with that information. So dig deep into that dream and see where your healing needs to happen with that. All right. Well, that's why you get back in touch. Then that's why, because we do have telepathy, guys. People have no idea, but you can um, have telepathy between two people, definitely. So she might be trying to reach out with you. All right, all right, you guys. I gotta get doing. Oh, it's too. Yeah. I'm sure it is too complex. But you can reach me, for one-on-one readings if you want, or if you want some life coaching, definitely. Divinewarriorintuitive.com is my website. If you want just a really quick, if you have a real quick question that's burning and your butt's itching and you want to know, go to Etsy and Divine Warrior Intuitive. And just there's like five or six. You can have a 3 card pull, 5 card pull, and these are real, not AI, like some of that crap out there. I get so mad that it ruins it for the actual people. But please sign up for Divine Warrior Intuitive if you enjoyed this. I'm on once a week live. I've tried to get in here, and then yeah, I always answer questions at the end. But hopefully this was helpful. We'll do a full moon in June reading. Probably, I don't know if it'll be over the weekend, or I got to see what my days off are. That's why I tell you to subscribe, hit the notifications all, because sometimes I just pop on, and then I might pop on to do the air signs or earth signs, or whatever divine's telling me to come on for, because it's not about me. It's about being a conduit for the other side and divine. All right, because you're the warriors, he's divine. So we're the resource, he's the source, or the whatever you want to say. Hello, welcome. Hello. Sorry you came in the end. Subscribe, hit the notifications. You'll come on the next time and we can answer a question for you. All right. Take care, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. And don't ever hesitate. I answer all emails. So if you want to ask a question on the email, let me know. Thank you, guys. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. And I appreciate you all and love you all very, very much. Send out that positive energy, high vibration. Look at the high views, is what Divine was saying this week. All right. Take care. Bye bye.